are you going under the screen? Look at the space you have to go over. Oh my God. Just go over. Look at this. Now, because you have to go so far under the screen, you're not going to get on the other side in time. Down screen out of a baseline, out of bounds right here. This big has got to get attached to his man with his arms out. This player cannot be allowed to just curl directly off of this. You give this player no time to get over the screen. Why you need to be in a defensive stance away from the ball, which Kelly Olynyk isn't. Why? Because look what happens. Now you're moving your feet inward. So now you're going to have a much harder time getting back outward. Kelly Olynyk's got to get up and backside help here. Stop. Right now, Kelly Olynyk needs to be getting up here. This player can sink down, okay? If a skip pass is made here, this player can rotate back here, and Olynyk can rotate back. But you need backside help here. Right? This Jazz player in the corner, you need to be seeing your man at all times. Look at this Jazz player. You fell asleep. Look at the space now. You have no chance of guarding this handoff. What's this Jazz player doing? You can't be down here when your man is on the wing. Get up the line. Look at this. So now look at how are you going to close out now? Going to run you right off the line. Rip and go. Now the Jazz are in scramble mode. Okay, so this Jazz player is guarding Doug McDermott right here, okay? You need to get up the line. You're in the gaps, but get up the line and get up in the gaps. Look at this. Why are you standing? See, if you're up here where you're supposed to be and where Doug McDermott is, quite frankly, look at this. Stop. You should be all the way up here. Now this dribble is getting picked up out here. But look at how late it takes you to get in the gaps. Now this player's in the lane. Lowry Markkanen doing. This is his man he is guarding in transition. This Jazz player has this Spurs player. Draws a double team. Can't fall asleep on your man. Look at this Jazz player. Look at him fall asleep right here. How does the separation happen from falling asleep? Now you can't guard off this down screen. What is Rudy Gay doing? Could you please stay with your man? Doug McDermott's coming this way. Could you go with him, please? What is Rudy Gay doing here? Again, you're falling asleep. So look at this. Now, as he's catching the ball, you're going to be going uphill as this player's going downhill. So it's rip and go right by you. Okay, get organized in transition. You got to communicate. So this player's got to take the Spurs big. This Jazz player's not getting here, okay? So this Jazz player's going to have to guard this Spurs player, and this Jazz player's going to have to guard this Spurs player. But you don't communicate in transition. Everyone's all over the place, not guarding bodies. Jazz player has nothing but time to get up and in a defensive stance, feet set, guarding the Spurs player. Look what he's doing. Nope, he's just going to backpedal his way into giving up a layup. Okay, I don't know what this Jazz player's doing, all right? So this handoff is coming, all right? Stop. So clearly a handoff is coming. So go towards your man. Why is this, look at this Jazz, why is he going this way? So if you were up where you're supposed to be, now you're easily under and that's it. But because it's taking you longer to get under, not only are you going under the screen, but this player's in the middle of his roll. So look at now what? Now you're stuck with the screener here. So now you got to climb up as the Spurs player is going downhill. That's going to let him get too low on the floor, and it's turn out the lights. And we got a down screen. This is not acceptable. You've got to get attached to your man, okay? Arms out, so this player can't curl right off of it, and you give this player time to get over the screen. When you let this player curl right off of it, he has no time to get over the screen. A very routine play that the Jazz don't make routine. This is a flare screen that this player has so much space to get over the top. So why are you not doing that? And why is Kelly Olynyk, as his man is setting that flare screen, not staying underneath his man? I mean, flat screen the Spurs are setting. I don't know why this player is unaware of this screen. You got to let him know. Look at this right here. Look at how much space you have to get over this screen. So get up and over with all of that space. Like, how do you get screened there? Horrible one-on-one defense. Could this Jazz player please make sure that he's up in a defensive stance with his feet set? You have so much time to do that. Is this Jazz player's feet ever set? Look at this. Never set. Never set. Never set. You just backpedal your way into a layup. Obviously, with a ball screen set this low, you have to switch. So how do you switch? You get underneath the screener when you switch. You do not go over the top like this. What is this Jazz player doing? This player should probably communicate that he's taking the ball. This Jazz player has to go here. This is how you get stuck in transition. 2 people guarding the ball. So now look. Now this Jazz player's got to guard 2 Spurs players, and it's going to allow this Spurs player to get... Look, there's no one guarding him until the charge circle. I don't know why this is a switch. I mean, my God, is there space to get up over this screen? But if you're going to switch, this player's got to have way more urgency. Right now, you're leveled with the screener if you're switching, and then you got to aggressively get up so you're ready to guard. Is this what that Jazz player does? No. Look... So now you're not even guarding this player until he's in the lane. This Jazz player here, look at this. You're doing fine. This is great defense right here. Showing your hands, you're sliding your feet. Why? Why's your arm on Jeremy Sohan? Now he can spin off you. All right, Chris Dunn here in the gaps, okay? But it's, okay, you got the dribble picked up. So recover now. It's stunt, recover, not stunt, gamble. Chris Dunn is gambling. So if Chris Dunn is defending like he's supposed to, which he's not, his back would be to the baseline. And now as this player comes up here, his back's to the baseline as he's coming up here. And what does that mean? Okay, look at this. Stop. If your back's to the baseline here, this dribble's getting picked up now, right? So you can recover back to your man. But this dribble stays alive. Chris Dunn then comes all the way over here to guard when his man is out here, which not really aware of why that happened, and everyone's unorganized again. I don't get why the Jazz are switching this cross screen, but fine. If you're switching this, stop. Get immediately underneath Devontae Graham and get your hands off of him. Like you're hugging Devontae Graham. So he's going to use that to create space. Look at this space he just created. That's all he needs to get this 3 off. What is this Jazz player doing in transition? This player's guarding the ball. So you need to get back and find a Spurs player to guard. See, look at this Jazz player. Where are you going? You got to get up here. They're here. Standing in no man's land. So already we have a problem. You're in drop coverage. So why are you underneath the screener? You need to be under here where this ball handler's coming. 2, you cannot just backpedal as much as this Jazz player does. Okay, look at this. Stop. Like, you can come over here now and guard the ball. You got to stop backpedaling. I have backside help right here, and then if this player gets into the lane, I'll have backside help right here with Kelly Olynyk. But, I mean, like, at some point, you got to stop the ball.